here, I'd like to talk about this email that I received some time ago that saying that I am stupid for not having a Patreon, PayPal, or membership ads because a lot of YouTubers earn more from those things than actual earning on ads per video. Like I said to him, I'd like to reiterate that my videos are my hobby. This is not my means of living. And like right now, I have a comment asking me if I could price Duratherm sheets. You know those metal pre-insulated sheets? Of course, I'll do that. I will make a video about that. I will find that, and also I will be enjoying having that kind of video for my own repository of information for building work, because I might be using that in my future build. So that is the premise of my channel. I don't want to make special videos just for members. My videos are free for everyone to wanna have a look if they want to. If they don't, I'm not forcing them to, because like I said, this is only a hobby. I'm not doing this for the rice, or in our language, pamugasay, that I have to be able to feed myself out of the YouTube earnings. So I'm not interested in having membership, Patreon, or PayPal donations. I don't want anything. I want my channel to be enjoyable for me and my viewers. There's no pressure. If you don't want to watch my ads, because like I said, it's not my fault, it's not my control. When YouTube put a lot of ads, you can have an ad blocker. But I like doing this. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy going out and getting informations, because YouTube is the answer to my needs of being an extrovert person. Old B is an introvert, would rather stay home and just tinkering about. But I do want to meet people, go out and see what's about, and establish networking. And people that you know, people on the streets. I like that. And having a YouTube channel allows me to be even enjoyable than it was where I still go out before. I even have a YouTube channel just to get information on materials on my build. But now I could film it and share it with you, so you will have ideas of materials and other things, pricing here in the Philippines, and other information that I could gather while I'm going around. So this is the reason why that's the Soto where I have to buy the tarmac, and the engineer give me the number to call if I want to order tarmac. That one, that's his the Soto makers of tarmac. So this is the premise of my channel. It's more for my own enjoyment as a hobby. I'm not worried about if some have lesser views, some have bigger views, but all in all, what I earn from YouTube, I do it to improve my equipments. I have improved from GoPro. I am, like you said, I have shown you, I have invest on better cameras, better equipments. Soon, it's not from my YouTube earnings, I will be having a new MacBook Pro from Old B. So I'm thinking now, what's the next bet that he's gonna have to bleed out when I reach a certain subscription. I am not relying on YouTube. This is not for the rise. I know a lot of people's earning from their membership, PayPal and Patreon. Good luck to them, but I am not that way inclined. I am not a pamugasay. So that I could feed myself, I need to do that. No. If I want to have a sleep today, I don't want a video, I could do so. I don't have to be forced to make videos if I don't want to. So, well, right now, I'm gonna have to get some pricing for glass So I'll make a video about it so you'll have an idea of the glass, how much it is. So, but I need to park somewhere safer because this is there's loads of traffic enforcer on this side. So I will park in the mall, the Cebu, the Gaisano Grand Mall there. And there's 2 glass places that I have to have quotation. And then I could share it with you if they allow me to make a video. Before I go to the big companies that I used to deal with my castle, because look, you know those big panels, really wide one and tall. Sometimes it's better off with the big companies because I want it all tempered. And before, the one that used to be just doing the tempering is Kima glass. So all around my castle is tempered, so I have to deal with Kima glass. But I know the owner there, I could talk to him again, that I will promote their channel, their shop, then he will allow me to video. I'm now inside Grand Mall. I have to buy Old Bees scratch card. They got a lottery shop here. What you're looking at here is the gate in between towards my party area, in which I have used it now as a storage for my materials because nobody can watch it if I store it where we're building the fencing. You know, the rebars, the sand, the cement. I cannot store it there because I know what will gonna happen. It's just slowly disappear. So what I'm showing you is this gate here because you will never know what Old B has planned this time. So you know that I have a gate coming here for the front. It's now being made by the welding man. And Old B is planning to have a replica of a gate that is in America. Now, I'll give you a clue what is his gate idea. Like, thank you very much, I left the building. So that's the gate he plans to have a replica be made by the welding man. I think most of you who knows whose gate is it. And going down now to my fencing project. I don't know who's present yet, who's absent, but let me check down there what is their progress. Today is a nice day, but every night we again go back to the storms. It's really very hard. Rain last night we have here. And a lot of falling, like, you know, the small fruits. The one that they wrap around falls down during those rain that they're hoping to sell in the markets. Sometimes rain is helpful but not very strong because it's harvesting the fruits naturally instead of like just watering the plants is enough. But when they have fruits on their trees, it come off. Tor, diin man mo oy. Ano, piang? Ulo-kuluin mo lang go. So the little kid has something like, you know, the massage here. If you like, you have pulled muscles. So he thinks that the kid had a pulled muscles. That's what we have here. We have a lot of herbalists they have their own specialists, like, you know, Arlene and Julito. They have their Arlene is known here for like dog bites. She can put antiseptics of herbs on your bites and then pray over, something like that. And some of you may call it mumbo jumbo, but this is what the road is looking up right now. So I don't know who is here or are they working, but as of yesterday, Junelle only have half day because he's attending a dinner party. And all I could hear down there is cricket sounds. So he might be absent. It seems like I'm right. And they just continue getting the hollow blocks. Yeah, he is absent today because of the party last night. So they just continue getting the hollow blocks. So they have 300 more to get. Pila kuwang dong? 75 na lang? Pag puno na lang. Punan na lang natugkuan. Pareha gyapon. So we'll add another 600 more. Cause so that will keep them occupied for the whole day. Then because Junel's absent, that will be okay to keep them busy. So what we're talking here is these two little trees. Unsa nga nani labnog? Because they suggested that it is very susceptible to worms, and also the what's like a sap from the tree is very poisonous. So I will have these two cut off when we reach on this side, because what will happen is we have to fence on this side now, going to where that behind that tree with a pink banner, and then we go on this right to the end to the start of JT's property. So it still make them busy picking up those hollow blocks ready for the fencing, so we don't have to keep on picking them up as we go. I'm going down to the city because since they are not working, they're only picking up hollow blocks. I told Old B there won't be a much coverage for the building work since Junel is absent. And so he said, why don't you go down and get me some scratch card and fittings for my filtration system? And so today is even day. And so I asked Junel, can I use your QR pass, quarantine pass, so I could get down and use my old banger who is on even number. So I will be giving you prices on fittings or whatever I can find, and because I'm gonna also stop in a local glass shop to get the price per glass on the budget bungalow windows that I got, and at the same time I would ask them pricing on sliding windows and sliding door, aluminum wise. So, and their standard sizing here for 120 by 120 measurement is 4,800, including ang installation for 4,800, and that's including installation. So that's the profile. You can have this in white or brown, and then got the screen. And it both slide in, and then there's a lock in the middle. I'm hoping that I could give you that kind of pricing, because I know a lot of you are asking about that. So I also heard that, you know, the rough part of our road here, the one that's done by this contractor, that's really skimping on it. It's more gravel than cement. So you see, this is not the part, but these are the proper contractor after that one was buggered up by that contractor that's mixing his own mix. The barangay captain has managed to have it sponsored for for tarmacking or putting asphalt on it. And so they have agreed to sponsor this barangay for that. I think Milo Nestle Philippines is the one donating that for here, because I think the barangay captain of Pulangbatu is got some friends inside that, so they can ask for the Milo Foundation that if they can sponsor to have it tarmacked or tarmacking of that road, that will help a lot of the barangays up from the hills. So I was told that it was granted, so we will be soon seeing that. It won't be long. When I turn on this corner, that's the start of this rough road, and it is indeed going on. They are now doing the tarmac. So you can see there's an ongoing tarmacking of the road, the rough part here in our barangay, because we are fortunate that our barangay officials right now here in Pulangbatu are very active in improving a lot of stuff in this new administration. We have a lady barangay captain, and I have noticed that she is very active in improving a lot of the road wise. Even we have a project here where the the cockpit for roaster fighting is even transferred here, because she accommodated them with a available lot of the barangay, because otherwise it also provided income. Otherwise there would be less income here. We are on the mountain barangays. So I was quite satisfied of the performance of the officials right now, because like with this COVID, they're also very active in making sure that the restrictions are well imposed, and they are not so like just taking you to the for imprisonment or incarceration for one day that was imposed. They will just tell you to do push-ups so you can go home and won't be spending overnight if you got violation of not bringing the right QR. But this is quite an improvement here, because this area that you're looking at is the rough part that I'm saying there, that is all the way out is concreted. This is concrete, but the contractor on this part has only used more gravel rather than cement, making his own mix. So I heard that he was not even paid by the government. After inspection, it didn't pass. But fortunate that it is granted sponsored 6 trucks of asphalt, so it can probably reach where the blue little chapel down the village will be. And like the counselor was saying, that they have another one, another project for tarmacking in front of Pulangbatu Elementary School. But this is how they do it here. They put on that kind of sticky thing, like the tar, and then put on those tarmac, and then the roller will be following after the truck has poured it, or the people has leveled it out. So this is where they are. They're working on smoothing out our road here going to the city. At least they have 6 trucks donated by the Milo Foundation for this on this barangay. Because it starts there and all the way through about 3 kilometers. No, not really 3 kilometers. Yeah, it is, I think, because there's another part that they have 3 kilometers of just mostly gravel, less concrete, by the same contractor. But the smooth ones, the better ones, got a different contractor again. But this is a great improvement for us here, especially during the rainy days, because this area here are actually, you need to slow down because the holes are getting bigger and bigger. So they have managed to do the, you know where the first quarry down there, they managed to do the tarmacking there ahead before the one I featured first. That's also part of that contractor's thing. So this is like the last kilometers that they have to do to make the road better here. Agoy, ginoo ko. So this is the rolling pin, the roller now doing its job. So the whole ground's shaking. Ala, sakyanan Sir Toy. That's our first counselor here in Pulang-Bato, and he was talking to me that the good news that, you know, the Yamashita bridge that Yamashita, or the Japanese bridge that I featured that keep on breaking down, the budget is now approved to change it into a 2-lane concrete bridge. It's gonna happen this year after the pandemic is over. This one is already been approved this year, but this is just today that it happened. So this one is already been due, supposed to be done last March, but the bridge will soon be a 2-lane 6 meters concrete bridge. So this have you seen that Pulang-Bato got a lot of big lights now? It's all well illuminated because like the counselor there, he works in the DPWH and he will have a request done immediately. So like it's a plus that you have active members of the barangay councils that same goal of beautifying the whole barangay. Kung madani lang pala, patirahan na to. Ilang kuan ba? Ilang paulo ba? Tanawa. Pati matanahan ben kung utira tagpong gamay. So there's an oil that is put on the roller. Aling pinagay mo bang kay ate? Oo. Di ko nung buhok, pero isa na ako sa head ito, engineering, ano. Ang akong kuan, timeline lang yun. Within timeline because of right now. Dito yung timeline kaya hindi yun nga ba't buhat na na. Tayo naman ko i-edit ko. Oo. Makita nas mga tao sa toyo eh. Bahala na sila diha. Ay kay nag-away mi, ay akong giaway. Kay iba nag-house to house ni hatag bugas. Oh. Yang ipalabas nga nagpatapo ko sa gym ko. How come ya ka? So I was allowed to go through, but they said that I need to stop gradually, stop and go, just to let them go through. But they want to let me go now because it's taking so long. They've been granted 6 trucks, and I asked the DPWH how much is the price for an asphalt or tarmac. It's priced at 7,000 per metric ton, and you can buy it in the SOCO. And I could ask the barangay councilor where to buy it if I'm interested. 7,000 pesos per metric tons of tarmac. So they are gonna asphalt all this, tarmac all this, and that will be a great change here, because you can see this contractor that done this about 3 kilometers has really make such a bad job on this. Look at all the holes that it was created. I had to go through. So look at all this. This is like the last portion that this contractor has done, but this is now they're gonna sort it all out. This 2 kilometers last one that this construction company has done. Look at the holes. And then the councilor has told me that he has a request for illumination, put more lights on the road, which was approved. And the thing is, the barangay captain was so angry because he just go direct to the DPWH without informing the barangay captain, and the barangay captain was embarrassed because it was announced to her that she's useless by the national government, and because the councilors are just doing things themselves, not through the barangay captain. But the councilors was saying the barangay captain can sometimes nowhere to be found or don't attend meetings that when they discuss all these projects, so they cannot just keep on waiting and waiting for her to be ready, to be available. But these are the political views on here. On this one is also gonna be asphalted. This is part of the 2 kilometers remaining part of this contractor, which is a very good thing really, because like JT and Mr. and Mrs. Turner, the roads will be improved by the time that you're ready to live here in your lots. And I'm also working together with the barangay for the improvement of our place. Like it used to be not cemented here, and we all rally it around, lobby it in the city hall, then it was granted. But unfortunately you have different contractors in every kilometers. That's why we're suffering with this contractor. But this is part of that kilometer that contractor done, but they already asphalted it on my first coverage of the last March of the tarmacking on the road. This is what's done. So the bridge will be changed, and the roads will have additional 20 poles of lights. So that's all the way through where my sitio is, where the road is that I'm making right now. So that's a good news to me. I'll be passing by the welding man's house in a minute, so I'll just turn on the camera so I can see what's the progress. There, that's the first panel, and they are making the second panel now. They're making the curls, so it's a good improvement. Then I will have a gate, and like I said, you're gonna have to get ready and be shocked with a second gate in the middle that Old B is planning to do. The replica of someone famous in America, some gate like "thank you very much" from some, that is his gate. So this is the bridge that's gonna be a 6-meter wide concrete bridge soon, as approved by the budget last March. So the contractor now is now set, and the deal is signed on by the government, by the local government I mean. So that will be an improvement, because although that bridge is historical, the Japanese times, but it is now becoming dangerous as it continues to get rusted and rusted. So you can see all the lighting here in our barangay, main barangay area, is all well done, all big illuminations, and that will be happening towards going to the hill, right to the my road is. So I've been to a glass place, the local glass place, and then they priced me for 1/8 clear glass on each of the French windows that I plan to install in the budget bungalow at 270 per glass. So at least I got that price range to look up. Then I will go to the wholesaler of glass and aluminum materials, in which where I bought before for my castle. I made all the frames of all my big windows, 12-foot windows, and all the aluminum frames on it. I bought it in wholesale in this place here in like Mandawi City. So I'll go there now, and I know that I could have the glass cut. If you pay like 100 pesos to the cutter, the actual firm itself will cut the glass for you. So it might just cost me about 150, 160 per glass. But that's the one, at least I know how much is being priced if it's by retail. And so I'm going there now. I had Junel's QR pass because he's even. His pass ends in 4, mine ends in 5. So I'm now on my old banger, which is also an even number. So to satisfy the requirement for Cebu City's coding on the plate number, and then the pass of Junel will satisfy the coding for Mandawi City's requirement for the quarantine passage. So this is really confusing because they got both cities were just close to one another, got different requirements. I will also be going to Cebu Home and Builders to check on Olby's connections. My time was still used up for the tarmac, but I'll rather have that, even though I was delayed. But it's an improvement on the barangay that I'm living in, and it's very easier for me to drive through on this last part of rough road that we have there. And all the good news that I've been told, that the illumination is all be approved, and the bridge will be changed to a 6-lane concrete, which is better than what we have right now. This is a shaking Japanese bridge. And so all of that is good news as far as I'm concerned, and it will also concern JT and Mr. Turner, because they will be part of that road soon when they retire here in the Philippines. And me being active in the barangay is making sure that everything will be smooth and fine. And like the electric posts that we are planning to request, and we have a petition for the people so the fibers of the telephone can go up there. So it does make sense to have very active people in the barangay, young people in the barangay, because you know the leaders that they had there, so the conservatives, the traditionalists, they don't seem to want progress. But I'm glad a lot of my constituents, I mean my age group, like that councilor there, are now being councilor 1 and 2. They're the top councilors, so that means that they will be winning it when they become councilors in the future, our barangay captains in the future. So we are working on it together, and our garbage collections are now Friday and Wednesday. But the Wednesday is now assigned to Binalio. The Friday it's still from Pulang Batu. So there's 2 garbage collection on the Village Park Paradise. So we are all improving it, and that will make the place nice to live with all the amenities, but you still got the nature effect, like the convenience of a modern city, but you are living in a very quiet place in the mountain. So I'm going through Mandawi. I got all my ammo ready. Ammo means the QR pass and the coding if they're gonna stop me. So I'm going there now. I think I'll go first to the glass place before they close, so I can have them all ordered and cut. So this is our weather here. I'm going back home, but it's raining so hard because there's a typhoon in the Philippines, but it's not hitting Cebu, but we just have again the rains and the thunderstorms. This is really bad, but luckily I think I'll just have let Junelle install the windows in the budget bungalow for if it's raining tomorrow, and start installing it while I'm waiting for I just pick up the other windows, and then he can start installing that one. But I'm trying to share to you the weather situation